So, thanks, Ákos, so much. It's really fantastic being here. Thank you guys for coming. My name is Ádám Somlai-Fischer, co-founder of Prezi.com. And yes, I was here 10 years ago here at the other meetup location, sharing the little silly hack that I made in Flash with 50 lines of code that kind of looked like this. And like was talking completely random things and didn't even believe that anybody else really needs this. I used it as a personal tool, and it was fun and cool to share among interesting friends. And somebody from the audience actually asked, like, so when are you going to buy a Rolls Royce? And I was like, this is ridiculous, this is stupid, like, who else wants to present like this? And then 10 years on, we have, these are just like the highlights, and then I will stop talking about the successes. We had like 2 billion views of Prezis, 75 million users. This is the investment we got in dollars with the 500th top website globally on Alexa, and 250 amazing people in 3 offices around the globe. But really, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And what I would like to share is some of the things that when we started, I had no idea, really no idea that will happen or it will be important. Yes, of course, we dreamed that we'll build a nice company, but for example, the first thing that was very surprising, and if you guys are ever building a company that you want to succeed globally, I think this is the single most important thing in any company's life. To get together, to talk about who we are, who we want to be as people, as humans, as a team. And yeah, when you start first and sit down with your friends and you talk about, let's write down our company values, people are laughing, like, what is this bullshit, what do you mean? We did, yeah, with the first occasion, we kind of sent away the trainer, like, this is stupid, go away. But reality is that, then we got back to it and understood that our culture of who we are is important, and the only way to keep it and develop it and to nurture it is actually to talk about it and name it, and, if it doesn't work. So this is a living thing. These were like our second set our values. You can spin them and mix them. Today we have 5, and we just reworked to 3. So I didn't imagine that my work will be about talking about humanist ideas. The second thing that was really surprising, because Prezi is big, at least, yeah, it's much bigger than what we imagined when we started, and it's pretty decently big in Hungary. Actually, people started to believe in what he said. So you build a company, you get successful, and then you say, by the way, we actually think it's quite important to respect people in your office, even if their sexual orientation is different. And then suddenly people say, yeah, they're right, they built a big company, they probably know. So what we learned that using this power that comes with financial success, you can actually stand up for values that you have as a human. And it's a great thing, it's very inspiring. So we did have a fundraising, and we bought an ambulance at the refugee crisis last year to help the refugees. This was all employee money. Or we started an NGO called We Are Open, where together with Google and Dispel, where like 1,000 companies joined and stand up for equality in the workplace. It's really beautiful. And of course, we spend a lot of time like renovating and going to poor places to share what we learn. So this is something that we haven't imagined when we started a little tech company with a cool zooming UI. It just didn't seem to connect. Now the next thing is, when you start, of course we started because it was cool and it was fun. And I used to be a decently successful media artist, internationally traveling, doing stuff, living well from it. And the really shocking thing was that when you suddenly start to get honest feedback from people from random places in the world, that they tell you that we made them happy, we made them creative, and they say, I met a random bartender in New York, and he said that, oh guys, you work for Prezi, that's so cool. You basically got me through college. I hated the whole thing, but Prezi was the fun part. So when you do a product that reaches people, it gives you like a really long, meaningful feeling. I really love that. And even of course we have high-profile people using Prezi, but the really heartwarming part is like when I see this is kids in Singapore, like, I don't know, 6 years ago. But when you see that smile and that you kind of reach real people, normal people, I think this is a really beautiful thing if you do any kind of mainstream product. It's really fun. And we had our challenges as well. So this is almost a decade by now. We built Prezi on Flash, which most of the NewTech Meetup audience will think, oh, how stupid. The truth is, there was no other tool that was cross-platform and had that graphics performance as Flash. Yes, it was horrible environment to code in, but it was there and available. And then we understood Flash is dying, and then there was nothing to replace it. HTML5 really sucked, and it was slow, and WebGL wasn't ready. So we had years and years of struggle trying to rebuild and rewrite our cross-platform engine, which we finally did, and we launched our new product last summer. But it took like 3 years, which is in the life of a startup. This is nonsense. Before that, we had projects for 3 months, and then the next one. That was shocking, and we lost people, we lost speed. So that was a really, really hard thing. I don't know. We probably made bad decisions, but I think this is part of the game. But luckily, we're beyond that now. And the last thing here is that the city, Budapest. This is called Budapest NewTech Meetup, so I need to say that when we started Prezi, and together with Peter Halácsi, we did a hack, and we showed it to, I think, Chris Matthijsen, the CEO of Hungarian Telecom, and he was like, oh guys, this is very nice, I would like to invest. And we got really scared, and we ran to Wikipedia, what the heck is investment, and what do you do? And I have no idea, this is just a nice hack. And luckily today, this is very different. You have all the accelerators, etc. We did a book with some other companies that succeeded, and the main reason wasn't, I know you guys know how to start a company, but the reason why we did the book is that your parents know that this is something real. This is why we communicate in the mainstream in Hungary. This actually happened. A friend of mine bought this as a present at Christmas to her parents, that I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And the parents brought the same book to her, that this is for you if you want to be an entrepreneur. So that's a beautiful change. And of course, as a founder, entrepreneur, I can't just stand here and talk about the past and the beauty of. So just a glimpse that I think it's really only up to us what we achieve. When we started Prezi, it was 2008 financial crisis, and we said that we're going to compete with Apple, Microsoft, and Google. They have presentation tools, right? This sounds very stupid. And I think the same message is for everybody, that if you believe in your thing and you work very hard and you are ready to change your ideas to make them better, then you can actually succeed. And for one, we really would like to keep on innovating and keep on leading this space of visual communication. We have lots of ideas that are very powerful and are just can't waiting to get out in our new engine and new technology. So I hope you will see a lot of magic from us in the coming years. And I would love to take a few questions. Or Tommy told me that he's going to grill me on stage. No, yes. So this was my Prezi in a nutshell in a decade. Thank you. And I will... I don't hear you when you speak silently. Speed up, yeah, come on, one question. If you don't have any questions, I will start talking about a really boring topic. I promise you, some like taxing system, lawyer stuff. Really long. Okay, here. The question was if I bought a Rolls Royce. No, absolutely not, and I will never. It's really much against my values to waste money and not to give it away, even if you have too much money. Yeah? I'm sorry.
My question would be, so you're a nice, good company. How you handle the situation that all the startups that you were once
have
a very tough time to keep their employees not to go to Prezi?
Yeah, I understand your question. At least, okay, the question was, he had a nice startup, and today all his employees are working for me, us. Because we are not, you get free food, no working hours, nice office. It's hard to compete with, and nice vision. You're right, and I apologize. I have one good news. There is a Facebook group called Prezi Mafia. It's all the people who left Prezi. I can't be in. It's a closed group. But I have friends who are there, and they say that the number of people there is about the same as the number of people at Prezi. And my sincere hope is that a lot of people come to us, they learn about global market, and then they leave and build companies and make startups and make the whole country more successful. So that's my hope. I don't know if this gives back your developers. They're going to compete with you, but that's my sincere humanist hope. Oh, you changed to HR, yeah, then we can use, I can commission you as well. There's one more, and then I guess my time is up. Yes? I don't understand. What is the question? How? I understood the first part. How is?
How did work out the flexible strategy with working with people, like having no business hours, like having unlimited holidays, etc.?
It works fantastic. It's very simple. We work with people who love what they do, and we actually have to tell them, please go on holiday. It's good for you. You know, stop now. And when you have people who love what they do, it's really stupid to say you have to be by this hour and you have to go home now. You know, it just doesn't make sense. And we sincerely care for their long-term well-being because we want to work together for years. So we actually take it seriously that you have to go to holiday now. So it's not bullshitting. So it works fantastic. I can recommend it for everybody. Okay, thank you. Time's up. Thank you.